I have never ever sold in my life an info product or a course, but this is how I will scale my VOP to 30K a month pretty fucking fast because I have generated money elsewhere, like for my clients and for myself. As you can see, there are a bunch of screenshots right here. I have generated money. I know how to generate money, just I have never done it with a business like VOP and selling online info. But this is what I want to start with, and this is going to be a video where I'm going to be accountable if I haven't done it and accountable if I have done it. So this is just going to be the start of this entire project. What this video is really going to be about is how exactly I'm going to start generating cash from VOP. And if you're a beginner or you have a VOP or you help other people like a growth operator, or if you're info product seller, or if you're a B2C coach, this is going to be a video where you can learn exact tactics and strategies to make more money from VOP or for the people who you are helping. So let's just get into it. Now, as you can see, I have broken this thing down into 3 different topics: traffic, conversion, value delivery. Why did I did this? The reason I did this is because when you're trying to build a business like VOP, it's very hard to know what exactly to do if you just simply say, okay, I want to scale to 30K a month. Like, think about it, how to do this. That's why you need to break it down into different core principles on where you can, build systems and just simply scale. Now, what I mean exactly by that is business, meaning building a VOP, for example, is simple a set of systems that together create a flow of money. That's all what a business is, and that's what you need to do. That's why there are 3 different topics: traffic, conversion, and value delivery. Now, here, what is really important is to have all of them dialed in. So with that said, let's start with the first one, which is the traffic, okay? As you can see, there are 3 different things I'm going to do right here, but let's start with the main traffic source. This is going to be YouTube for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create daily/weekly YouTube videos. It depends on where I am at that point, because right now I'm doing daily YouTube videos in order for me to increase my skills and my knowledge around YouTube. But then maybe I have, blown up, I have more views. I'm going to just create weekly YouTube videos because daily, let's say, won't make sense. So what I'm going to do when I'm creating videos is I'm going to educate my target audience. Now, what do I mean by that? Who is the target audience? For me, the ICP is going to be info product sellers, coaches, either B2C or B2B, and growth operators. I'm going to help them. That person is my target audience. And how I'm going to educate them with the what and how framework. Now, what does this exactly mean? So, if you want to educate someone, this is how I define education: increasing awareness. So, right now, let's say you want to be a better bodybuilder. How I can educate you is either increasing your awareness through showing you a new exercise that can build you more muscle, or increasing your awareness by showing you how one of the exercises that you have been creating is wrong, and let me show you exactly how to do it better. And that is how I define the 2 parts on educating people, either through the what or either to the how. The idea is to increase awareness. So for an example, right now in this video, you have already known about VOP. You know what it is. I don't have to teach you what it is because you know about it. But I can teach you how to do it. And there's a difference in this video. This is not a what video, so teaching the what, but this is the video about teaching the how. And that is how I'm educating my target audience. Now, when that's done, I have created, every single day or week a what or a how video. I'm going to do additional nurturing. Now, what does this mean? I'm going to create an organic VSL on my YouTube. And this organic VSL is going to convert all viewers who hasn't, trusted me enough on a single YouTube video where I have a call to action to book a call with me. That's where I'm going to have a call to action and basically a video created purely to book calls for me. How organic VSL goes is that this is an education long-form YouTube video with hidden persuasion techniques inside that sells your product to the viewer without them feeling sold to. That's the secret of an organic VSL. And that's why I love to do them. And that's why that's one of my expertise. Now, right here, before I would go on, if you need help with getting more traffic from YouTube, just there is a link down below. Book a call because that's my main expertise. This is where I help people. So just simply book a call and I help you out with all of these techniques mentioned above. Now, that's exactly the YouTube. This is how I'm going to get traffic from YouTube. That's how I'm going to get eyeballs and people just interested in me at the first place. Now, the second thing I'm going to do is hire a team of VAs. I don't know if I'm going to do it alone or hire someone who can help me do this, but I'm going to hire VAs. And what I'm going to do is they are going to search for leads, and they're going to search for leads, their emails, and their IG handle. The lead search is going to come from YouTube, I think. The reason for that being is because if I search from YouTube people and those who don't really have that good of a results, then it's much more easily going to be, then I'm much more easily going to be able to sell my own course or my info to them, which is my YouTube traffic or, guide on how to perform better on YouTube and blah, blah, blah. So with that said, they're going to search their emails and their IG handle, and there is going to be a Loom cold outreach and an IG cold outreach for them. So let's talk about the Loom firstly. They're going to, see a subject line, which is going to be something around delivering value. Then they are going to see the body of the email, then they are going to see the Loom, and in the Loom, after I've explained everything, there's going to be a call to action to my organic VSL. And in the IG code outreach, what's going to happen is I'm going to send an opener message, and there is going to be a call to action for those people who reply to my YouTube organic VSL. Now, why I exactly want to do this is not here, go to a book a call page or just book a call right there, because I want them to be pre-nurtured when they come to a call with me. So what I want to do is not send an outreach and they book a call with me. No. If you're interested, watch this video, because if they watch the video, they are going to have more trust in me, and they're going to be more interested in what I'm exactly selling, because they have watched the video with me, they know I'm an expert, and they know what I'm talking about. So with that said, that's why I'm going to have call to actions all going back through my organic VSL. And also what that means is if I have organic VSL, what's going to happen is they are going to land on my YouTube. So hypothetically speaking, they watch the organic VSL, they don't want to buy from me still, but they can still, watch my other content on YouTube, and also can follow me or subscribe and see the newer content all the time. So that's why getting people back to your YouTube, getting people back to the nurturing mechanism on your YouTube is one of the best things to do, because right there, they're going to be more, nurtured. And when they just come to your call, or just when you present them a sales page, they're going to be like, okay, let me buy. So that's exactly the traffic place. This is how I want to get traffic for my VOP tour in order for me to scale to 30K a month. But what's going to happen after that? After people have watched the organic VSL, we are going to book calls. Now, of course, before that, I'm going to talk about some things right here. One is potentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to place nurturing mechanisms into the YouTube brand. Like, for example, guides, free assets, or a free community, anything that's going to nurture them more in order for them to hop in it a sales call in me. That's kind of like be more sold. Like that's the goal right here. So this is what's going to happen. They're going to book a call either from nurturing mechanism, which I'm potentially going to put not 100%, because the YouTube is going to produce enough free value that people should be really like happy to that would be enough to book a call. But potentially we are going to do that. I don't know. Now let's talk about the booked call, actually, because this is going to be a sales call on Zoom. Now, before I could talk about the exact structure on how we go through in a sales call, we need to talk about the pre-call reminder, because before you could hop on a sales call, people need to show up. So this is the pre-call reminder that we use, which I stole happily from Charlie Morgan. This is from Charlie Morgan's actual knowledge and systems. So what happens is the people book a call through Calendly, and we are going to have questions right here, because the more questions you have, people are more likely to show up, because if they take the time to fill out the questionnaires, they're going to show up, okay? And what happens is that there is 3 things that is going to happen with an instant. Now, first thing is we are going to redirect them to a video where we explain that they have to confirm, and they have to confirm their appointment, because right now when they book through Calendly in their own calendar, their appointment is not going to show up. So we have to confirm it. So what's going to happen is we send them a video where, hey, like instantly from the book a call page, they're going to be redirected to a Loom video. Like, for example, this is Charlie Morgan's video where you're going to be redirected to if you book a call. But that's Charlie Morgan's and not mine, so I shouldn't talk about that a lot. What happened, bro? What the freak? Sorry guys for this. This was never my intention. What's happening here? Let's come back right here. So with that said, you have to confirm it, and then we're going to do two more things. We are going to tell them that they're going to get more reminders for them to not ghost us, and we are going to set expectations to it. Now, what do I mean by expectations? Is that we are going to set expectations through showing them, new tips and blah blah blah, and really telling them that, hey, check my YouTube. So yeah, setting expectations about the call and just saying to check my YouTube. Now, when that's done, this is redirected. They're also going to get a Calendly invitation email, a text message, and a welcome email. This is going to be ASAP. Boom, just like that. This is going to be, set up in Calendly in the workflows. And I don't have to say anything about this really. And then they're going to get a personal message sent through WhatsApp because they have to give their number right there, and we're going to send them a message like, hey, you have to show up right here at this time. Is that cool for you? Yes. Okay. So that's that. And then we are going to send just reminders like here exactly to show up. Now that's that. And this is how the sales call is going to go. We're going to talk about an intro, click like, hey, how are you doing? Blah, who are you? Blah, 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 where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. Then we're going to talk about the discovery. I have to discover exactly what their pain point is, where they want to go to, and blah, blah, blah. Everything. Then we have to transition from the discover phase to the pitch. So that's when we do a transition phase, which is going to be more, which is going to allow us to more easily flow into the pitch. When that's done, we have pitched our product and it's good, blah, blah, blah. We do a commitment phase. This is basically temp checking them. And as you can see, there is no objection handling right here because that's what we do in the commitment phase, because we don't go to the next step until we have temp checked them and we know that they are 100% sure about this is going to get them to their next result. And the only thing for us at the last thing is closing through understanding their financial investments and logistics so we can get there. So for example, if this is what I learned from my mentor about sales calls, he's Lucian Renzi. Like, you do a commitment phase, very simple, where you understand like what do they think about the structure, about the system, or how you're going to get them to their desired outcome, and you temp check them like, okay, how do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10 about our system that is going to get you to that 20 to 30K a month? And he's going to be like, Robert, I'm a 7. And you know that there is something in their mind. If you would have pitched them the product, it would have appeared as an objection, but because you haven't pitched the price exactly, it is going to be just simple question. Like, maybe I'm a 7. Why a 7? Well, I'm a 7 because I don't understand X, Y, and Z about the system. Okay, you handle that, and you asked, with that said, you are a 10 now, right? Yeah, Robert, I'm a 9. Like, why 9 though? Because, X, Y, and Z. Okay, you handle that question as well. And there's like, no, you're a 10, right? Yeah, Robert, I'm a 10. Then you're going to be like, okay, so this is what's going to happen. And this is how we're going to do it. Like, now the last thing for us is to, handle the financial investment, right? And he's going to be like, yeah, I'm invested. I want this. Let's handle the financial investment. And bang, you could close the sale. So there is no real objection. Of course, people are going to present something because it's not going to be like, I want this. It's not going to be like when you go to the close, it's never going to be like, yeah, I'm gonna send over the link like 10K, just send over the link. No, that's not how it's going to be like. It's going to be more time spent. Like, they of course going to have objections, but this is the core idea. And that's when we, process the thing to Stripe through Whoop, of course, or maybe through Stripe if I'm going to sales calls. And yeah, that's the conversion mechanism. Now, there's one thing which I have to add here, right here. This is the qualifying, because when you're doing content on YouTube, you could run into this problem that you get a bunch of leads. And this is not a problem, but it's going to take time to get this problem. But this is going to be a problem as well, because it's too much lead problem. So why would you spend time on those calls which is not qualified for you to close that? So that's why you need to implement the qualifying, and this is going to be in the long term. And how you do this is the best way to have a type form where you put a crossroad. What that exactly means is, yes, some very simple questions. In the crossroad, you're going to put a decision whether you can book a call right now or you are going to be redirected to an asset. Now, why a crossroad is because most likely you should ask the question of, do you have X, Y, and Z amount, set up or saved that you can invest in this? And they're going to be like, yes, Robert, I have. Then you can book a call, If you don't, you should be redirected to an asset which helps you make more money. And this is exactly what I'm going to do. And this asset is going to be something which I know for a fact is going to help them make more money. So, for example, a way to close more clients, and a way, let's say, to get more, how can I say this, get better at what you're doing. And why I want to do this on the long term is because if I know that someone is going to try to work with me, they go to my type form and they go to a crossroad, either they're going to book a call, I'm going to close them and I'm going to make them more money, or they're going to be redirected to an asset where they can make more money without actually paying for me. So this is why I'm going to be much more likely to promote my product every single video, every single post, because I know for a fact that when someone tries to apply for working with me, they are going to get either value or they are going to be sold by me and they're going to make more money in the long term. So this is why I want to implement this as soon as possible. But until that, I'm going to have the problem of qualifying leads. But that's exactly that. Now, when we have reached the point of people are closed and we are right here, this is when we are going to give them access to our VOP and start making them money. Now, 24 hours later, the price is, or the investment is processed, then we are going to get access to them for the VOP. Why 24 hours though? Is because if you give access to the people in less than 24 hours, like when they have, bought the thing, they're going to be emotional and the expectations may not be the same as it would be when they're not emotional. So that's why you need to wait 24 hours so all emotions are gone and you can simply put them inside. That's that. Now, I am going to have three parts of this VOP community and stuff. It's going to have a course, of course. It's going to have a community and going to have group calls. Now, group calls is the leverage. Because, look, think about it. If I just show you the information, like you could win with it, right? You could. But it's like that's not the real leverage. Like the information, almost all information is available online. Like I learned a lot of stuff on myself, not with a core, not with a mentor or a coach. Now, I do definitely think that investing in getting better is one of the best decisions you can do, but you could do it alone. It's not a good idea because I have suffered from it, but you can do it alone. So that's why the course is not the main leverage when it comes to the actual value delivery. It's about the group calls. Now, what do I mean by the group calls? Is that when they have direct access to you, when they can talk to you, ask questions, and blah, blah, blah. And why I think this is the best way is because, look, I have the information. I can give you the information like right here. But until you don't practice enough the information and how to deal with this information, you're not going to have as much, not just value, you're not going to have as much depth in the information as I do. And that's why it's going to be really, really important for you to really talk with a person who is above you and ask questions and try to understand where they are at and how can you take more information from them. So that's why this is how going to happen. Now with the course, yeah, I'm really interested and invested in YouTube. That's what I have with my clients and blah blah blah. But the reality is that I can't create the course until I understand what people want. So if people want to, work or they want to get clients as soon as possible when they want to work with me, I'm going to give them, an IG message thing where they can quickly get clients. But if I see that they don't want to do this as long as they die, I'm going to teach them then the YouTube. So the question becomes is, I want to help the best way possible my clients. So the question becomes, how can I do that? Well, it depends on the market. So that's why I'm not going to create any kind of course until I understand what the market wants. That's why I want to, encourage you to hop on a call with me so I understand what the market wants and so I can create my courses for exactly the market, like your problems and your needs. So maybe I can teach them YouTube, the first step. Maybe it's IG, maybe it's the Loom system, maybe it's sales calls, maybe mindset, or any kind of information I have. I don't know exactly what you want, but that's why it's all about hopping on calls first. Like this is what I learned from Charlie Morgan. Hop on calls first with the market and exactly understand what their problem needs problems and needs are, and then create your courses. Never the other way around. And create the first variation of the course as soon as possible, and then create the second one when you have more people joining and they run into more and more problems. But this is the whole core idea. So that's that. That's the course. Yeah, guys, again, if you have the time, please hop on a call with me so I can understand your situation. Either if you know I can't help you with, let's say, YouTube because you don't have a YouTube, I would be more than happy to help you in any kind of direction I can push you. Okay. So that's that. Community. Well, this is simple. Have a community where people can chat. Of course, I would want to have someone who can help me run a community which is alive, okay? Because a lot of communities die pretty quickly, so I don't want to do that. I want a community which is really, really live. And as mentioned, the leverage is from the group call, so that's what I want to focus all my attention to. That's exactly the money printer VOP system. This is how I get traffic, this is how I convert the traffic, this is how I deliver the value, and so I can make $30,000 a month. Now, this is going to be really the first step of me actually starting this journey on creating my first VOP where I'm going to sell information and I'm going to make just more money and help as much people as possible. Now, with that said, if you want to be one of the first people who has access to all the information right here, or you want help running your own VOP, or you want help with traffic in any shape or form, book a call down below. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.